When our system gets clogged with ama, we feel tired, we feel dull, we feel foggy. It's more difficult to be a healthy weight. Now, beyond eating the right foods, how are you eating your food? Go through your entire house. Look at the products that you're using. Look at what's going on your skin, what's going in your hair, and then make a decision to get rid of these beauty products. I'm going to share with you 5 things that you can start doing today. These are simple, natural, and holistic practices that you can start doing today to start feeling better, feeling comfortable in your own skin, and you will notice, people will notice. I'm going to share with you 5 things that you can start doing today. These are simple, natural, and holistic practices that you can start doing today to start feeling better, feeling comfortable in your own skin, sleeping better, digesting your food better, and you will notice, people will notice, you'll start looking more awake, you'll start looking, I call it the lights are on, people will notice. And I thought you would also love a little simple tea recipe to take home today. It's an Ayurvedic hormone balancing tea that you can drink between your meals day in and day out to support your digestion, your skin, your hair, as well as keeping your hormones healthy. So the main thing that is disrupting your hormones is stress. And the 4 main things that you can do to start reducing your stress is number 1, start a daily meditation practice. Even if you've tried meditating before, just tell yourself, I'm going to commit to 2 minutes in the morning and 2 minutes at night. If you tell your body right away, or you tell your mind, we're going to sit here for an hour in the morning, an hour at night, just so we don't get stressed, your body's going to resist unless you've been meditating for a long time. If you tell your body, let's just do 2 minutes, your mind's going to say, we can do 2 minutes. And what typically happens is when you start sitting for 2 minutes every morning, it just naturally progresses to 5 minutes, then maybe 10 minutes. Baby steps, you start small. Breathing is the second habit that can drastically reduce stress. The quality of your breath reflects the quality of your life. Become conscious of your breath. Take breathing pauses throughout the day. Set a little alarm on your phone. Not a disturbing alarm, just a nice gentle alarm. And when that goes off, as a gentle reminder, check in with your breath. Take 3 breaths in through your nose and out through your nose. Do that every hour at least. Number 3, spend time in nature. Even if you're just standing in your backyard, look up at the sky. Look at trees if you have them around. Green is one of the most healing colors to your liver. Each organ kind of associates with different colors for healing and balance. If this sounds a little bit woo-woo to you, it did to me in the beginning too, but green is the color for the liver. And we need to remember, we need to love our liver more during perimenopause and menopause. Whenever you can, just step outside and look at the beauty in nature around you. And number 4, healthy exercise. We want to get into a healthy relationship with exercise. Stay out of the extremes. Don't go into that pendulum over here and over here. Ask yourself, are you in the middle with exercise? Is this good for my body? Exercise is supposed to give you energy, not deplete you. All right, the second tip, practical tip that you can start doing today is to get into a routine with eating at the same time every day and going to sleep and waking up at the same time every day. If you're someone who goes to bed at midnight, ideally we're trying to be asleep in Ayurveda by 10 p.m. There's very specific reasons why you want to be asleep between 10 p.m. and 6 a.m. in the morning. This is the natural circadian rhythm for balancing your hormones, for cleansing your liver, for allowing your lymphatic system in your brain to flush out during the night. I know this isn't easy, and it's not even possible for some of you who have work schedules or you're doing night shifts. You do the best you can. All I do is I share with you the ideal from an Ayurvedic perspective. If you are going to bed, say at midnight, every week, drop that down 15 minutes. So 11:45 one week, 11:30 the next week, until you get down to 10 p.m. Do it gradually so that your melatonin can get on a new schedule. And as hard as this is, wake up on the weekends at the same time as you do during the week. Keep that rhythm going. Your melatonin, your serotonin, your gut, everything in your body will improve when you start going on this routine of eating at the same time and sleeping and waking up at the same time. The third thing that you can start doing today is supporting your gut health. There's a few things you can do. Number 1 is eating the right foods for you. See, Ayurveda recognizes that the foods that you should be eating could be very different or similar to the foods that I should be eating. If you're curious to know what foods you should be eating to support your symptoms, your skin, your hair, your digestion, then you can head to my bio. There's a lot of information to get started there. Every woman who comes into my program gets a full analysis done on their tongue, their eyes, their face. Your tongue is a map of your internal organs, so we see a lot. We've analyzed thousands and thousands of tongues over the years, and we look at the eyes and the skin around your eyes for adrenal fatigue, high cortisol, inflammation, depletion, all of these things, so that we can determine the right foods for you. And when you start eating the right foods for you, everything changes. It doesn't mean the foods that you're eating currently are unhealthy. I have no doubt that you are eating healthy for the most part. They just might not be the right foods for you. This was a game changer for me. So if you truly want your own list of foods to help support you so that you can move through this time of life with a natural, holistic approach that doesn't rely on hormones and supplements and medications and endless trips to specialists, then definitely head to my bio. There's a lot of information to get started there. Now, beyond eating the right foods, how are you eating your food? What do I mean by this? How are you actually eating your food? Are you sitting down to eat? Are you actually eating meals? Or are you just snacking on the run all day long? When we eat meals and we appreciate and we sit down and we make the time, I know this is not easy for everyone. Remember, I'm sharing with you the ideal. When we actually make the time to eat a meal, instead of just eating all these mini snacks until we get to dinner and then we have our meal, that's not a way to support your gut health. Your gut health needs to eat, take a break, eat again, take a good break. So in order for your gut to be healthy, your microbiome to thrive, we need meals. We eat a meal, then we allow the time between our meals to not snack. We eat a meal, then we go that time between meals to help our digestion actually digest the food we just ate instead of just loading on more snacks, more snacks. It's very hard on your digestion and your health will suffer if you're just a grazer all day long. Most people who graze have difficulty losing weight and they're anxious. So when you are eating, you can do these 3 things to improve your digestion right away. Slow down, okay? How fast are you eating? Slow down. Number 2, chew your food. Chew the food until it's mush in your mouth. You don't want your stomach having to do all the work. The digestion process starts in your mouth. There's enzymes in your saliva that are not in your stomach. We need to chew our food until it's mush, then swallow. Number 3, sit for 10 minutes, well, at least 5 minutes after your meal to allow the digestion process to just get started before you jump up and just start doing everything else. This was me. I'd literally be walking to the kitchen with my plate, chewing my food as I go because I just didn't want to sit there. I had so much to do. That's a stressful state for your digestive system. Sit, relax, breathe, appreciate the food that you just ate. Those are the 3 main things that will improve your digestion without taking anything. It's slowing down, chewing your food, and sitting for 10 minutes after your meal. Number 4, go through your entire house, or at least start with a drawer, or maybe just your bathroom. Look at the products that you're using. Look at what's going on your skin, what's going in your hair, what type of toothpaste are you using. Really have an honest look at your products and then make a decision to get rid of these beauty products, health products, any of these products that you're using that you know aren't supporting your hormones to be healthy, happy, and in balance. And when the time is right, the next thing is to go into your kitchen. One of the easiest things that you can do is get rid of all the expired food. I know this sounds crazy. You may think I don't have any expired food, and maybe you don't, but I want everyone to know that expired food is really hard to digest. It's old, it causes ama, and ama is digestive toxins. When our system gets clogged with ama, we feel tired, we feel dull, we feel foggy. It's more difficult to be a healthy weight. Fresh food is healing. Old food is not. So go through your fridge, have a look, get rid of things that you just know are not good. and see if you can replace them with better things. For some of you, this may take weeks, even months, to really go through everything in your kitchen and to have a look. Now, I also recognize the challenges of living with people, family members, and what they're eating is maybe not what you want to be eating. You just do the best you can. We're not here to change anyone. We're here to change ourselves. The last thing someone wants is for you to go through the kitchen and say, you can't eat this, you can't eat that. This is about becoming the change you want to see in others. So start small with yourself. People will notice that you're feeling healthier, happier, and you're looking more vibrant. And the last thing, number 5, is choose better feeling thoughts. This is the hardest of them all. It was for me. Now, there's lots of ways out there, and this is what I love about neuroscience. Neuroscience is giving us techniques and tips of how to actually change those neurological networks, those pathways, so that we start choosing thoughts and feeling unlimited feelings of I can be, do, or have anything, instead of nothing works out for me. I'm never going to be the weight I want to be. I'm never going to be well. I'm never going to sleep. You can see how different that even feels. And remember, those chemical messengers are sending messages through your body depending on what thoughts you're thinking. So when I started really getting a hold of my thoughts, I decided to write down all the thoughts that I knew I had all day long, the negative ones. It was long. And just when I thought I had finished making that list, there was another 3 or 4. I'm like, oh, I forgot about that thought. You write down every negative thought pattern that you know that you think about. It could be, I'm not good enough. I'll never be healthy. I don't have any money. Whatever negative thought comes up over and over again. I know a lot of women think about their appearance. I don't like the way I look. I look heavy, I look old, I look wrinkly, I look tired. You write them down. I want you to see on paper what's going on in your mind. Become so familiar with this list of thoughts so that the next time that thought comes up, I want you to do one of 2 things. The first thing is a Dr. Joe Dispenza technique. He's a neuroscience. He says whenever you have a negative thought, you say the word change. So I worked with this. I found it very, very effective. And I can honestly say I said the word change over 1,000 times every day when I was trying to change my thoughts. Because my skin used to be very poor. I had rosacea. And one of my main thoughts I would think about all the time is, oh, I don't like my skin. Every time I'd hear that, I'd say change. Now, if no one was around, I'd say it out loud. If people were around, I'd say it in my head, change, or just very quietly, change. You catch it so it doesn't keep going and you don't spiral with that thought. You don't follow that thought to the next thought that's even worse than that one. You really try and just break it right there. And the next step is to think a more uplifting thought. Now, this feels like faking it till you make it, but you just choose any thought that is better than the one you just had. I call it climbing the ladder. The negative thought is down here. What is a better feeling thought on the next rung? Can you get just to the next rung? It doesn't even have to have anything to do with a thought below it. So say you're someone that says, I'll never be a healthy weight. You say the word change. What is a better feeling thought than that? It doesn't have to be anything about weight. It could be anything that you're grateful for. Any memory, anything that's going on in your life that you're grateful for, you can just say that. It can be so random, like, I like my dog. Okay, so I like my dog is definitely a better feeling thought than I'm never going to be a healthy weight. Okay, I like my dog. You're hanging out on this rung now. What's the next one? So you just keep going up and up. You keep that momentum going up the ladder until you get closer to the top. Now you've got this momentum of better feeling thoughts. So that is using the process of saying the word change. Another technique that's very similar with saying the word change, it was shared with me with a client. I haven't tried this personally, but lots of other women in my program have tried it. They say it works. You put a little elastic band around your wrist. Every time you have a negative thought, you just give it a little snap. Now, I know it sounds maybe a little bit violent. You don't have to snap it hard. It's just a little, it's like a physical thing. It's a physical thing you feel every time you have a negative thought. Give it a little pull, the elastic band, and that is your reminder to choose a better feeling thought. The only way this actually works is with consistency. There will be days where it seems like it's the hardest thing for you to do to choose a better feeling thought. I call those gutter days. Those are the days, if you can get through those gutter days, the next day is going to be easier. Over time, you keep sticking with this, you will recognize a change in yourself. All right, and to end this video, I wanted to share with you a very simple Ayurvedic cleansing tea that helps to keep your hormones and your gut in balance. It's called CCF tea. It's a traditional classic cleansing tea. To 1 liter of boiling water, add 1 teaspoon of whole fennel seeds, half a teaspoon of whole coriander seeds, and a 1/4 teaspoon of whole cumin seeds. If you really have a lot of digestive discomfort, add 2 slices of fresh ginger to that liter of water as well. Let that steep for at least 10 to 15 minutes. You can put everything in a tea ball if you want, or you can just put all the seeds into the thermos and then just strain it as you need it. And you can sip that between your meals. When your digestion improves, your hormones improve. So the fennel helps with the gas and bloating, the coriander helps to remove heavy metals from your system, and the cumin helps with gas. It's a powerful digestive tonic. When you put these 3 things into a tea, it has this harmonious effect on your system. All right, beautiful ones, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you learned something that can help you start feeling better today. Make sure you subscribe, hit like, and leave a comment below of what topic you would love for me to cover next. Your feedback directly shapes the future of this channel. Wishing you all a beautiful day. Much love.